Sort of a bye week for Alabama. They don't play until Saturday. No midweek game this week, but back at home early, 11 a.m. with new look uniforms when Alabama plays host to Texas A&M on Saturday, Brownie.
Aaron Estrada is with us from the Alabama Crimson Tide. The point guard joins us on the JohnstonRVCenter.com hotline. What is up, Aaron? How are you today?
Hey, what's going on, man? How you guys doing today?
Doing awesome. Thanks a lot. Was there like a big unveil for the uniforms? Did you know those were coming, the throwbacks?
Kind of the starting five kind of knew a couple of days before it got announced on like the social medias and everything. And yeah, Steven kind of pulled us into the room. And I don't know if you guys seen the video, but he basically got like everybody's reaction to it. And yeah, that's kind of when we found out.
Yeah.
Hey, before we get into this season and what's going on this weekend, let's go back to after your senior year when you hit the portal out of Hofstra. Was Nate Oats really the first coach that reached out to you and had contact? And what do you remember most about that encounter?
He really was like the very first coach to reach out to me. Like it was probably like I entered the portal at 12 p.m. and he called me probably within 30 to 40 seconds within that minute.
Wow.
But I was actually in class at that time too. It's crazy. And I didn't answer at first, and then he sent me a text like, "This is Coach Nate Oats at Alabama." And then like right after that, I left the class. I said, "I'll be right back. I gotta use the bathroom."
Did you go back though? There's no reason to go back, right?
And then kind of like right after that, like as soon as I talked to Coach Oats, I kind of just felt like he wanted me really bad, and he wanted to like prioritize me for his roster. And like probably like I talked to him like again later that day, and he said that he wanted to like fly down and meet me like when I would go home, because like that was during the springtime. So like, and most of my classes like on the weekends and stuff, I didn't have any. So I was going home every weekend, and he said he wanted to fly down. And then like that weekend, like 2 days later, he flew down, met me, my mom, and that's kind of how we got the ball rolling from there.
Well, what is it about Nate and about his system that you like so much? Why do you think it resonates with players?
I think nowadays in this generation, guys just like to shoot a lot of threes. I think that's something that really drew me in, is just shooting a lot of threes, and then like having the freedom. He lets his guards play. His guards pretty much take most of the shots. You don't really post up the bigs like that. So I just felt like all around it was just the right fit for me, in a basketball standpoint.
Aaron Estrada is with us, Alabama point guard. Other than the fact that they are both in the United States, give me something that Woodbury, New Jersey, and Tuscaloosa have in common.
I feel like it's a big family, I would say, because Woodbury, like I feel like for the most part, it's a very small town, so everybody really knows everybody. Everybody supports one another, and I kind of get that same vibe and that same feeling when I'm here in Tuscaloosa playing for Coach Oats.
What are the more accurate stereotypes? The stereotypes that exist in the South or the Jersey Shore?
That's a tough one. I don't know, man. I'll probably say the South.
Oh.
I'll say the South.
Yeah, we like our fried food and we're nice people. I mean, that's the stereotype we're talking about, right? We eat good food and we're nice people.
Yeah, literally, though. Like, I think that when I first came down here, like on my visit, like I didn't really know how real the Southern hospitality would be. And like, as soon as I got here, like you said, everybody was so nice, and like the food was really good. So,
do you have a fake Southern accent? Like, can you fake one?
Nah, I don't never try to talk in that Southern accent.
Which one of your teammates would not fit in if you took them back up to Jersey? Is there one that would be fish out of water in Jersey?
Nah, I don't think so. I think pretty much everybody on this team is kind of like they could adapt, I feel like.
Well, what was more difficult for you, though, because you did play that one standalone season in Eugene. You went to play for Dana Altman and the Oregon Ducks. And, being in the Northeast all your life, going Pacific, Northwest, West, and now Southeast, I mean, What was the bigger adaptation for you? Was it in Eugene or Tuscaloosa?
I would have to say definitely Eugene. Just it was like going to the West Coast. It was for me. It was just like a whole different vibe. Like, and it was during COVID as well. That might be another reason why like COVID wasn't really too many people out there. It was very like quiet town in Eugene. I don't know if it's like that like when it's not COVID, but it was different for me.
Did you get to pick your Nike gear whenever you wanted it, though? I mean, that is one of the things I've always wondered. To have Phil Knight that involved with that university, I mean, it just seems like you guys would be able to go online and order whatever you wanted.
Yeah, so with that, it was kind of like, it wasn't like that, but we was getting like every drop, like every sneaker, like every Kyrie Irving shoe, Paul George, anybody who makes Nikes, we were getting like all those shoes and like black, yellow, green, like literally every single shoe that they would drop, we would get like every colorway. And then like we had like the shirts and everything that we got, like the apparel. And we got a lot of that like very, very frequently. So I still have like a lot of Oregon gear, and I only went there for 1 year, and I got so much gear still.
Yeah. Well, it's hard to get rid of those green and gold Nikes at that point, right?
Oh, not if you put them online for sale.
Do you guys talk about the SEC regular season championship race at all? I mean, you in South Carolina at the top right now. Is that a goal that you set as one of the leaders in the preseason to be regular season champs again?
Yeah, we wanted to honestly be the best team in the country coming into the season. Things happen. You lose a couple of games, and like we probably not going to be the number one seed in the country. But the SEC is definitely still very attainable for us. Coach Oats tells us like every day in film, like we basically control our own destiny. Like we got the games that we need, and we know who we got to knock off to stay number one. So I think we're going to be able to do it too, man. I got a lot of confidence in this team. So.
Aaron Estrada is with us, the Alabama point guard. What do you see in Texas A&M? They had a tough loss last night at Vanderbilt. Don't know if you were able to watch that game, but when you see A&M, who you've got coming up Saturday, what do you see out of them?
Yeah, I actually did watch their game. It was a crazy ending.
Yeah.
Vandy got the buzzer beater, but I think Texas A&M, I think they're a really good team. I think that just Wade Teller is just their everything, man. I think they go as he goes. And, I feel like if we take him out the game, then basically I don't think they're going to have no other answers. And that's kind of like our focus too. And they also, they offensive rebound really well. I think Coach Oates said like they're the best offensive rebounding team in the country. So we definitely been struggling on the glass. So I feel like if we stop Wade Teller and we rebound solid, then we're definitely going to take care of business and come out with the win.
So we've got one guy on this panel that's a lefty, and Rockstar, our producer. My older brother's a lefty. Lefties seem to be a little weird, a little quirky. Do you have any quirks as a left-hander?
I really don't, honestly. And it's funny because the only thing that I do on my left hand is play sports. I do everything else with my right hand.
So who was a better lefty in basketball? Would you go James Harden or Chris Bosh?
James Harden. Definitely, James Harden. He's way more skilled.
Yeah, allergic to championships, though.
Wow.
but also likes to shoot a lot as well.
Yeah, he does not mind putting the shots up.
How many times during a day does Nate Oats talk to you guys about being physical, about being rebound? That seems like he would take a sip of water, talk about being physical, take a sip of water, talk about being physical. Is it all the time with that guy about being more physical?
Yeah, I think ever since we've kind of been, struggling on the defensive end with rebounding, it's kind of been like a big emphasis for us to, take our team to the next level. Because although we were still winning games, like we definitely could be winning games by like a much larger margin if we were cleaning up those little things like rebounding and being more physical with teams. So,
how much does he talk about math? Because the last time he was on this show, he talked about non-Euclidean geometry. None of us had the first clue what he was talking about, but he sounded really smart doing it. Does he do it for you all the time?
Yeah, kind of basically everything we do is basically find some way back to analytics. You know, whether it's the, you know, the shot we shooting or like the other team's percentages or like for instance for like Texas A&M, like they get about 46% of their misses. You know, like I said, they're the number one offensive team in the country. So yeah, it's kind of analytics like all day when you're around here. Can't even lie.
For my 5.5 years in Tuscaloosa, if I was asked this question, the answer would have been a flat out no. But is there any class you enjoy right now in Tuscaloosa that you're taking?
I got a social media marketing class that is online. Like all my classes are online, but my social media marketing class I think is pretty interesting. I'm kind of just learning about how I can like different ways to, you know, expand my social media and like just things I can do to, like I said, just expand.
Yeah.
Oh,
By the way, when you're done with this interview, if you'd go back, watch it, like, subscribe, and give us a thumbs up, we'd appreciate it
Yeah.
too.
If you retweet it,
We're going to get you some followers out of that.
Yeah. Would help us out a little bit too. That's how we make a little bit of money too. Have you ever seen, I'm going to do a Nate Oats impersonation. Have you ever seen anybody that enjoys water more than Nate Oats? That guy attacks a water bottle, man. He drinks it nonstop. Has anybody in your life ever been more thirsty than Nate Oats?
Man, I don't know, man. Honestly, you know, like I can say I don't even really be seeing him like during the games drink the water and stuff. Like I'll be focused really on the game sometimes, but I did hear like a few people say that he be like going in on the water when he be drinking it. So
going in on it.
Hey, if you had one guy on your team outside of you that had to play horse for your life, who would you choose?
Ooh.
for my life, I'm gonna go Sam Walters. So knock down.
Wow.
Now, would he be able to handle the pressure? Is he a buddy of yours? Like, if your life was on the line, would he hit these
Sam
shots?
cool, man.
Okay.
He probably, like, honestly, he probably the best, like, spot up shooter on our team. Like, most of the time at practice, if he open, even if he not open, it's still gonna go in, I swear. Like, he's probably the best shooter that I played with, like, throughout my college career.
What if you'd give me 5 guesses, I would have not got to Sam Walters for you right there.
What is y'all's honest take on Grant Nelson's mustache?
I mean, it fits him. I feel like it fits him. It's kind of like who he is, man. That's what everybody knows him from, his mustache. So,
Does he ever get a compliment from the female population in Tuscaloosa with that mustache? Because I get the feeling LT doesn't think it plays well on the Strip.
Well, I mean, it's like he's. You remember? I don't know if you had this in high school. The Deca kid that would leave at noon. You know, the guy that always looked 2 years older, but he wasn't gonna serve a full 8 to 3. He was gonna leave wood shop and he was gonna go straight to loading groceries at Publix or whatever.
nah, with Grant, honestly, I don't really know about the female situation. I know he got a girlfriend though, so
That's all that matters.
Yeah, something's working.
So he's one for
His
one.
girlfriend think it look good. That's all that matters.
That's right. It is Valentine's Day for Grant.
LT makes it sound like though you need to keep all your copper wiring away from him when you're on road trips.
Not the Deca guy. The Deca guy was on the up and up. All right, he is Aaron Estrada, the Alabama point guard. He says he likes social media. Go follow him on Twitter at Aaron4PF_. And on Instagram at Aaron Estrada. Very easy there. Thank you very much for the time, Aaron. We greatly appreciate it.
I appreciate you guys for having me.
All right, take care. Aaron with us on the Johnston RVCenter.com hotline.